Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Reality Club. Your two hosts, Alicia and Lauren, are here, and we're going to be recapping week 8 of Dancing with the Stars. So we are past our halfway point, the home stretch of the end.
We're on a rock and roll Hall of Fame night.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting rock and roll to be like, but it was not at all like that.
I was a little skeptical of the theme night going into it because I was like, we've had so many themes. I'm so sick of themes. But I was pleasantly surprised. It was like a nice theme that wasn't too over the top. It wasn't like every single person had to be like in a character. We had some good music. I liked it.
I think I expected rock and roll to be like, I don't want to say like heavy metal because that's not what I was expecting, but I think what I was expecting was just a lot
Leather,
more like loud, fast movements.
Spikes.
Yes. Long hair, wigs, yeah, a lot of leather, a lot of black eyeliner. Like that's what I was expecting. So the few like slow dances that came out, I was kind of like, what are we doing here? But I understand like you gotta do what you gotta do, and those were probably some of the dances that had to get done that last night or 2 nights ago. But no, I was throwing 10s out last night.
I know. I feel like we're at the point of the season where my scores are they're just out of pure feeling. I love everybody. I'm just like, oh, you danced 10. Here you go. Another person who's throwing around scores this week, speaking of that, is our guest judge, Flavor Flav. What were your how did you feel about him as our judge this week?
I just want to know what credentials you need to be a guest star or a guest judge on Dancing with the Stars, to be honest, because it seems like they're just throwing people into it now. Flavor Flav, what era is this man from? I have never heard of him. Do you know him? Since we're in different eras.
I actually don't know of him. I think he's a rapper, which makes sense. I don't listen to a lot of rap music, so I was confused. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe he's not just in the rap genre. But I've never listened to any Flavor Flav. Didn't know what genre of music he was until I Googled it before this. Listen. I don't mind a guest judge that doesn't know anything about dance. I think here and there it's totally fine to like bring in somebody that's not necessarily like a ballroom dancer for judging. That's fine here and there. But like they should be sat down before and like taught how to do this properly, given some background. Like I don't think he knew what was happening half of the time. And
I fear that Flavor Flav did not know this was a dancing competition. I don't think if they brought out like a rock and roll star guest judge, that would make sense. But I can assure you that Flavor Flav does not sing rock and roll. I don't even need to Google it to know.
Yeah.
So I'm just still confused over this decision.
They should have had Bon Jovi there or something. Like
that would have been cool.
Yeah. I think they actually had Gene Simmons on last year as a guest judge, and like I remember that was super. He was not a good judge either, though. But he wasn't a good judge. He was very like biased, and he was not a good judge either. So the thing is with guest judges,
we're probably just at the point where they need to throw the wild card judges in. Might as well.
I think if it's like a guest judge who doesn't really know anything about dance, I think it's normal that they like overscore people. That's pretty normal. Like they're usually the one that gives a higher score than the judge, because they're kind of just basing it. They're like us at home. We're like, oh, that was cool, 10, right? So like whatever. But like they're usually not the judge that is underscoring somebody. And I feel like that's happened a lot this season, where the guest judge is the one to score lower.
Well, Flavor Flav was definitely a wild card, and I have some questions about some of his scores he gave out.
Yeah, we'll get into that while we get into everyone's
stance. I guess we just get right into it.
Yeah, before we start though, I just want to thank everyone that's listening to us. We appreciate you listening every week. We appreciate everyone who's given us a comment or a like or subscribe to us. It's been super fun to like see new people comment and give their opinions every week. So if you're listening and you haven't yet, leave us a comment. Let us know who your faves are and let us know what you thought of this week. But
and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. We get like one new subscriber a week.
No pressure.
Okay.
And we're very excited about it, so
true. Me and Lauren are quite literally always looking at our YouTube, seeing who's commented, who's liked it. We're always looking, so
keep it up.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, let's just get right into it with our first dance. Dylan and Dani. They were singing. Sorry, they weren't singing. They were dancing to I'm Still Standing by Elton John, which I love. This is a good song. I was pumped about this. They were doing a jive. And yeah, I honestly, like, I think he did really good for, like, the level of difficulty that the dance was. That's one thing I'll say about Dylan is I feel like people, like, often say, like, critique him and, like, I don't know, say he's not doing well, but I think out of all the couples, he is always given like some of the hardest choreography. Like the content is always there, and I respect them for doing that because some other dancers, it's like sure the performance might be a little bit cleaner overall, but the difficulty level wasn't as good. So I liked it. I think he did a good job. I gave him a 9.
I think I gave him a 9 too. I think it was a great way to set the tone of the night. Have we seen them do a jive before? I don't even know.
I think we have. Or maybe we haven't.
But like probably closer to the beginning, right? I don't know. I don't remember. If he has, correct us if we're wrong. It wasn't as, I guess, standout for us to remember. No, I think it was, a really good way to start out the show. I fear that he is, and I know we don't like the word plateau, but I'm nervous he's not improving anymore. Like, he's just kind of stuck right now. Do you agree? Or do you...
I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think he's plateauing, but I think how I felt about this week overall is I think there was a few standout people this week. I think there was a few people at the bottom or a couple people at the bottom, and then I think everybody else in between did a really good job, but just wasn't standout. And I feel like he was in that category for me of like, did a really good job, but I didn't feel like I had to go rewatch it because I was like, it was good, but like that's the last time I'm going to watch it. Whereas a couple people this week right after, I was like, I just want to go rewatch it 4 more times. So I think he did good, but just there was some really standouts.
I will say that when the song started to speed up a bit and he popped his shirt open and they started moving a little faster, like that probably carried the dance for them, and it made me like change my mind from like an 8 to a 9 at that point. So I think the dance for sure needed that, and that was like the perfect time for them to do a scene like that for these dances with his shirt open. Robert Irwin a little early. Dylan, this is your time. This was perfect. So
it was fun.
Judge scores.
Judge scores. Oh my gosh.
Within the first 3 minutes of this week's episode, Carrie Ann's already getting booed and a 10's already thrown out by Flavor Flav. So we knew it was going to be a pretty crazy night.
We got an 8, a 9, and then a 10, and then an 8. So I was like, what is this combination right now? I knew immediately this was going to be a chaotic night at the judges panel. Because where do you go from there? Like, I was like, I guess everyone's getting a 10.
The most inconsistent scores I think we've seen based on the judges. I don't think we've seen a score that different before.
I know.
So, setting the tone for the night. Flavor Flav.
I feel like that's the judges reflected... Like, the judges reflected what we thought about the dance. It's like, was it an 8, a 9, a 10? Like, who knows? But it was fun.
I don't think it was a 10, for sure.
Oh, it was definitely not a 10.
I also don't think it was an 8.
Yeah.
I don't think it was... Maybe, like, 1 8, the rest 9's okay. But, like, I don't think he deserved 2 8s. So, I'm glad he didn't at least get that.
Yeah.
So, good on him. Dylan, still love you.
He made it through the night. We'll see him again next week. Do you know what the theme is next week? I have, to our listeners, I have been off social media this week. So I know I talk a lot about what's happening online, but this week I have no idea what's happening. I feel like in my own little bubble.
I was off social media yesterday, and I don't know how you've done it this long. I actually don't know, but I do know that they're gonna have their new guest judge next week, and it's
who's it?
The guy who used to host. I forget his name.
Oh, yes. That's so exciting, because I remember that they said they were going to be on Good Morning America, but then again, I don't watch TV and I wasn't online, so I totally forgot that there was going to be a guest judge. I'm going to check. I forget his name.
I watched the episode a full 24 hours later. So by the time they announced it, or said they were going to announce it, it was already out.
Oh, that's exciting.
And then it seems like they're doing some repeat dances from, like, past years.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think sometimes
I thought you would know, so I was...
Yeah. I can't remember. They'll, like, take inspiration from someone's, like, really good dance. So if someone had, like, a standout dance, they'll, like, recreate it in a sense. It's not, like, exactly the same, but they'll like take inspiration from that dance, if that makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I think they're doing 2 dances next week. Again, we're going to be doing that now.
Exciting. I know, I felt like this week at the end, like after Robert went, I was like, okay, who's next? And I was like, nope, that was it. They're done. So.
I know. That's what Matt and I were saying. We're like, holy, that felt like it ended so fast. And then I saw a TikTok that Andy posted, I guess the next day, and he's like, when you make it to the quarterfinals, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're already that close to the end, which I'm kind of bummed about, but I guess it was going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I got distracted there for a sec.
I know, we're glitching hard right now.
We're having some technical difficulties this week, so bear with us. Anyway, moving on to Alix and Val with the Paso Doble, which we now know is a dance that's like inspired by the Cape. So like it's supposed to be like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like bull, like someone's the person who like, someone's the Cape and whoever's
the matador.
Yeah, the matador. They're holding the Cape, but no one's the bull.
No one. Oh, see, I thought the idea was someone is the matador and someone's the bull.
No, someone's the matador and someone's the Cape.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Paso Dobles are my new favorite dance. I'm just putting that out there.
They are really fun. They did
it was a fun one, and I loved how, like, our top 3 were all doing them.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny that they just kept saying, like, I know they were the top of the leaderboard last week, but it was hilarious that they all were like, the top 3, the top 3, the top 3. And I'm like, sucks to be anyone not in that top 3.
Literally.
But yeah, they did it to Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. We got a little cameo from Bon Jovi. I was like, was this paid for? Or does she actually know Bon Jovi?
No. They just have it on, like, recorded for each time they play a Bon Jovi song. Because I think they say this is, like, the 4th time they've done that song.
Yeah. I thought this was by far Alix's best dance of the season. I thought she absolutely crushed it. This is like what I was saying earlier on in the season when people thought she deserved 10s. I'm like, no, this is her 10. Like, this was perfect. I loved everything about it. She, like, was fully immersed. It was like, yeah, I was obsessed with it. She looked amazing.
Oh my God, I have a crush on her. Her outfit, her hair, their look, the song, everything was perfectly executed. The only thing that ruined the entire experience of that dance was Flavor Flav's scoring. I think Alix Earle was robbed of a perfect 10 across the board, but at the same time, I'm still happy they're kind of holding out for it, because I would be bummed if we were already at, like, perfect 10s at this point.
I personally feel like that was a perfect 10. And I don't think it's even too early. Like, I don't think there's anywhere you can go from there. That was perfect. And yeah, so anyway, Flavor Flav giving the 9, I was like,
I know.
That, I I was like, this is going to be a long night. This is, at that point, I was like, Andy's probably getting a 10. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I literally was like, I don't think this judge's score should even count this week. This is crazy. Because it's at the point of the competition where, like, the scores do matter. And if he's just, like, throwing out numbers to people and someone went home because of it, I would have been so upset.
I don't think any of the stars or the pros are taking his scoring seriously at all.
Oh,
So,
I don't
like,
think so.
I think deep down, Alix and Val knew that theirs was a perfect 10, and everybody knew that. But obviously, it just sucks to get. It's always the guest stars or guest judges that are messing with Alix and Val's scores.
Yeah. Well, one time Carrie Ann gave her, like, the 9, I think, and everyone else gave her a 10.
We don't talk about Carrie Ann.
But Bruno, speaking of judges, made the funniest comment. I wrote it down. He said it was like two predators challenging each other. Which is kind of exactly
perfectly said.
Yeah.
No, every week, like, Alix, like, I can't even imagine them getting better because each week I rewatch their dances. I love them. They're amazing. And I can't possibly think how they could get better. And then they do every week. So
this is kind of the challenge,
I think they're
though.
the ones to look out for right now.
I think it's once you get to this point, though, is when it gets really difficult, right? Because, like, once you get to that, like, almost perfect level, you're always held to that standard now. And I feel like a couple of the other couples, like, have been, like, really close to that, and now it's, like, are always held to that standard. So we'll see. I'm excited to see more. And yeah, I loved it. I rewatched it a few times. It's great.
Yeah, they get a 10 from me.
10 for me too. Moving on to America's Sweetheart, Andy and Emma, with a contemporary. I think you should start this time.
I do think we're doing the contemporary worked in his favor. Once again, another slow dance, not a lot of movement. Well, no, what are they going to make him do a paso doble or a cha-cha or a salsa or something fast?
He did a paso doble last week.
No.
He did a paso doble.
But you never know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Did I know that? No, but that's why it's like contemporary. It's just big, slow movements, or that's how I see it. So I feel like it's an easy dance to execute well. I'm not a dancer, so correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably could be. But I think for him, this dance just worked in his favor. Because he just shuffles around.
See, I disagree because, and I don't want this to, like, I'm not trying to hate on Andy. I'm not trying to, like, bash him. But I actually think the contemporary was a bad dance for him because in contemporary you're supposed to be like long movements and like flow. There's like no really structure to it. Like you actually have to like use your body to, like in all, like as far as it can go, right? And truthfully, I say this in like the nicest way possible, but to me it kind of just looked like he was following her around the dance floor, literally like doing nothing but just kind of following her around. Whereas like in other dances, at least there's like a couple steps that he can be like rigidly doing. In this one, it was like there was moments to me that felt like he was just kind of following her, like walking. And I really honestly like, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not, I just think this was one of my least favorite dances from him personally, and I gave him a 6.
Me too. And I think it was a well-deserved 6.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be mean.
Have much to say
like I'm
about
really
it.
not trying to be mean.
No, it's not being mean.
I'm trying to judge everyone fairly as much as I can, and like there's again, I've said this every week, there's just not any content for me to give him a 7. Like if there's just not enough for me. But he's lovely. Obviously we love Andy, but I honestly I think he might make it to the finals.
Yeah, me too, and I'm a little pissed about it, but it's okay. You know what? It's fine. I know people are rooting for their favorite dancer, and that's him. So, like, I'm not gonna put down people who are rooting for him at all. But I think it's just frustrating on a night like this where there was someone who did a really good job, and it was maybe one of her best weeks, and she kind of got shafted because of the People's Princess. So
again,
I'm not going to say much else about it, but
yeah.
Andy did get his first 9. Congrats, Andy.
I think Andy got his only 9.
And you know what? If they could just close it there, he got the 9. That's great. Good for him. Good for him. But yeah, no, I'm not going to say much more about it. So
yeah, we'll move on. Moving on to Whitney and Mark, who also did a Paso Doble. Yeah, honestly, my notes this week were so minimal because I just think everyone did such a good job. Like, anyone that didn't get a lot of notes from me, I think they did fantastic. And I actually wrote no notes from Whitney and Mark. I just put 10 because I think they're just on a different level. And I'm not trying to compare them to anybody else, but their dances are just different. I don't know how to explain it. I thought it just gives like classic Paso Doble. Like, there wasn't any big like wow moments or character. It just seemed like a really well done routine.
I think it's really hard for them right now because they started off so strong that now you do have to pick apart their dances a little bit more just to find something wrong with it.
True.
And the expectations for them is just so much higher than the rest of, I feel like, the dancers. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
I did think it was my least favorite Paso Doble out of the 3, but that was only because the other 2 were just, I think they had better song choices and a little bit better moves that I enjoyed watching. So if I'm comparing the 3, it was my least favorite, but do I still think they deserved a 10 for their dance? Yes, because it was still really well done.
See, I agree with you that I think I agree that they started out so good. Like, they started out just amazing. Like, there wasn't too much room from them to go from the start. So I do think it is a struggle to be good from the beginning because, again, yeah, everyone's going to be like looking for perfection at all times. I do think though they need some more wow moments now because they're very clean. It's a really good dance, but like we need the wow moments. Like, I need to see the wow. I think it was my second favorite Paso Doble. I think Alix was my first and then she was my second. And yeah, it was one of those dances where I'm like, you did really well, but I'm probably not going to go rewatch it.
That's fair. I understand the whole wow moment thing because that's something that I find I'm like waiting for some new crazy move in each dance, like someone just to do something that I've never seen before or just to like do something to close it up, like big finale. But there are 2 people I don't think they go crazy with the tricks, which maybe has worked in their favor a little more. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, someone like, I find Alix and Val do a lot of like tricks. They throw a lot of tricks in there sometimes, and like that's what I love going back to watch.
Yeah, I think there has to be like a balance, right, between like, I think I was watching a podcast this week with Ezra, and he was saying, I think it was Ezra, or no, I think it was Brandon, but Brandon was saying he's like often will choreograph like a really traditional routine like to the textbook almost, but he's like, I think I need to work on those wow moments and that balance of like textbook and wow. Like, people who do like a good mix of that is usually the dances that like come off the best, because having just like a traditional dance on Dancing with the Stars, it's like, it's not the same as just actually watching someone dance. It's supposed to be like a TV show. It's like a performance. It has to be kind of that mix of dance and performance. And so kind of figuring out that balance of like, yeah. But either way, I thought it was really good. I really liked it. I gave her a 10. Like, there's not much feedback. It's just like, yeah, that's all.
I actually gave them a 9. I gave them a 10 at first, and I went back and gave them a 9. Because I'm comparing them to past dances of theirs, which I feel like I shouldn't be doing when I'm scoring them. But I'm like, well, if I give them a 10 this last time, I just don't feel like this one is as strong. But no, I feel like this is the time in the season where we should be seeing more flips and tricks. I don't know if that's how it works, but I feel like we're week 8 in. They've been training for how long now? They've done how many dances? I want to see a little more.
I don't love a flip and trick all the time. I like a little bit, but it just kind of depends. It depends. But
I love a flip and a trick. So
okay. Well, anyway, moving on to Danielle and Pasha, who did a contemporary.
I honestly didn't write down a single thing for their dance. So you can start.
I think, in my opinion, this was my least favorite dance of hers so far. I don't know. Like, it wasn't bad. It just, I didn't really love it that much. And I can barely honestly remember it. I think I gave her an 8. But yeah, it was definitely my least favorite dance from her.
I gave an 8 as well. I've been saying every one of their dances looks the same, and I want something more. I want something new, and I understand why she went home, but like I'm a little sad that we didn't get to see just a little more of her and what she could do. So I'm a little bummed about that.
I don't know if it was like the styles they got.
It is what it is.
Or if it's just like the way she dances. Again, like I've said it before, she's super like proper, like she's very like elegant in her like movements, but that doesn't translate to every single dance. But I think she dances that way in every dance, so it can seem like it looks the same because she has that same like demeanor and like structure in every dance she does, you know. But I don't know, like they obviously went home, which I was expecting, because I knew that Andy and Emma, who were going to probably score the lowest, weren't going to go home. I just had a feeling she was going to go. I'm sad she went, but at the same time, the competition is so strong right now. I think she was one of the options to probably go soon. So
if it wasn't this week, it probably would have been next. Like, I do believe that. It just kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. She got 8s and 9s from the judges. So I think one of their highest scores that they've received, if not, like, it might even be their highest score that they've ever gotten.
No, they got all 9s.
So that's just why it sucks. It seems like, did they?
Yeah, they got all 9s for. Yeah, they did. Not this week. Sorry, not this week. But they've gotten all 9s in the past.
Oh, I think it was Halloween night they got all 9s.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, not necessarily their highest, but I feel like whenever I sense like some kind of improvement from someone, it's like, okay, let's send them home now. And including their group dance, I do think she did really good in that too. So if I was counting both dances, like, I definitely wouldn't have wanted her to go home. But I guess it's her or Andy at this point, and people weren't ready for Andy to go home. So Danielle had to be sacrificed.
Yeah, unfortunately. But she was fun to watch on the season, but definitely out of everyone left, like, I'm okay with her going home. But thank you for everything you did, Danielle. You're a beautiful dancer. All right.
Was the next Elaine and Alan?
Yeah, next our girl Elaine was back.
Elaine and Alan. Elaine is back, better than ever.
She's back and better than ever. You can tell she's still in so much pain. Like, just not in her dance, like, her dance was beautiful, but you can just tell that she was like, I don't care if I'm in so much pain, I'm gonna dance. I didn't see it as much in like her actual dance. Like, her waltz, in my opinion, it was so beautiful. I cried at the end. Like, I just thought it was so elegant. I thought it was so well done. I love Alan's Viennese waltz. They always look very similar, and I love it every single year. It's just like my favorite version of the waltz. And yeah, like, I loved it. Like, I gave it a 10, honestly. I don't know, the judges didn't.
I gave it a 10 too.
I know the judges didn't, but I personally think she was underscored.
I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. Her outfit, the dance, the song choice, everything was just, I could not keep my eyes off of her. I'm just like getting so worried about her though. I feel like she's such a natural and she looks like a pro when she's dancing with him. But I feel like she's killing herself to get where she's at and just destroying her body. But like, good for her. I am so proud of her and what she's accomplished and what she's done. I'm just like super worried about her.
You mean like worried about her,
I guess,
or her health? Okay. I was like, what do we? Yeah, I am a little worried.
Yeah.
I don't want her to injure herself any further. But yeah, so much respect for her. She's definitely one of my faves. I think she's gotten a lot of support over this too. Like I think she's always had a lot of support, but I think, you know, like her going through this injury and like people seeing how hard she's working and like her perseverance, I think she's gained a lot more people voting for her, you know? I would love to see her like
I agree. In
the close, if not in, I would love to see her in the finale, honestly. If she doesn't make it to the finale, I'd hope she makes it to like at least top 5. But yeah, I would love to see her in the finale.
I hope so too, because I think she has, I feel like she has what it takes to be there. She has that commitment, that motivation. She has the technique down. Like, she literally has it all. I just hope she has the votes to also keep her in and keep her going.
Me too. It's so hard to say and know, but I'm voting for her every week. That's all I know.
I know. We're still Team Elaine. We're proud of you, and we're rooting for you. Love you too, Alan.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to our next dance. We had Jordan and Ezra with a jazz to Tina Turner. I wrote the most notes about this. I put the wig, the flips, the wig staying on. All of it. Like, I said this last week, but last week her contemporary gave me chills. That's the only time I've gotten chills during a dance. This week again, I got chills. Like, it's not even like a romantic, like, like, I don't know, it's not a very like emotional dance, but I just felt the energy, and like I watched this probably 10 times over because I don't know, I just loved it. I literally loved everything about it, and I honestly don't know why. I don't know what more she can do to get 10s across the board. I don't know what more she can do.
No, I don't know either, to be honest. What did she get for... Oh, yeah, she got 2 10s and 2 9s, which I was kind of surprised about. I did think she at least deserved 3 10s and then a 9, kind of like the other top, I guess, scores of the night. I do like how she's incorporating more gymnastics into her dances. I think she's been doing that a lot more in, like, the last couple weeks than she has in past weeks. And that's really cool to see included in. So, Jordan, I'm impressed. I've been impressed, but I'm impressed.
I was really impressed. I think like this is the week that she's shown the most like character and like emotion in her face. Because I think she's always been a great, enthusiastic, like technical dancer. She's doing so good. But like this week, I feel like I saw her really become like the character and like really like fully invest in like her part. And I went back to like see where she could have got a 9. Like all of her like actual dance passes were so clean and so complex and complicated. And like people are saying, I think a little bit like there's too many like tricks and flips like you said you want to see. But I'm like, I don't even think she did that many. Like, yeah, she did a flipping. She flipped at the very beginning before she even started dancing. But like, why wouldn't you if you can? Like, it didn't need that necessarily.
I think people are jealous because they haven't been doing that. People are jealous just because they can't do it. She does have that advantage. I do agree, though, that I don't think they should be doing very many more flips moving forward because I think that does take away from the dance part, and I could see them getting docked points for that. But it's nice seeing, like, once in a while, just, like, a couple flips. Yeah, if you could do it, do it.
I think this is like one of my favorite jazzes of the whole season. like when you look at other people who have had that jazz, I feel like every single time someone had jazz, we were like, it was like almost like, I don't know, I wasn't super impressed with previous people who have done the jazz as much. Whereas this, I feel like I didn't even know what style they were doing because I was just so invested in everything they were doing. I was like, I don't even care what style you're doing right now. I'm having so much fun watching this.
I actually didn't clue in that it was jazz, so I feel like I do have to rewatch it to see that again. But their timing was perfect. Every time they do stuff like side by side too, like
beautiful,
perfectly in sync.
Yeah.
So props to them for that, because that's hard to do.
Yeah, I loved it. And I'm so excited to see her next week. And I love Jordan. Like I think I have a feeling I saw something online that, again, I'm not like on TikTok or anything right now, but I think I saw a comment in like a YouTube video. Oh yeah, a YouTube video of like, I was rewatching their dances on YouTube, and I saw a comment saying that I guess there's like people online that are trying to strategically vote her out so that there's less competition for like Alix and Robert in the finale.
Which is weird, because I feel like I saw the opposite of that, and a lot of people are thinking that, yeah, the top 3 are going to be Alix, Robert, and Jordan and Ezra. And I'd be pretty happy with that top 3. I think they've all worked really hard. The only other person that I could imagine being there would be Whitney, but people are just being mean, so I'm nervous that she's not even going to make it to the top 3, to be honest.
See, I saw people strategically trying to vote Whitney in to the finale because they know that she won't win because of all the controversy. Do you know what I mean?
Why are people doing this?
I know, guys. Let's stop being strategic and let's just vote. This is not chess.
Yeah. This is too much to think about, to be honest.
Okay, so this is the first, like, we're in Canada, and this is the first year that I have voted. I didn't realize, because it's only been on Disney Plus. I think this is like the 3rd season on Disney Plus. It used to just be on TV, like cable. And in Canada, I'm pretty sure before Disney Plus, you couldn't vote at all. I think it's only been the past few seasons, correct me if I'm wrong, that you could vote. And so I didn't even know that you could vote until this year in Canada. And so I used to just watch this like with blindly, have no control over anything. And I feel like I miss it. I kind of wish I had zero control. Not that my 10 votes really matter that much, but I wish I didn't have to I wish I was just sitting back, seeing what happens.
It's too much pressure.
I know, I'm like sitting there like, oh my gosh, strategically trying to vote like my votes are gonna make or break someone staying. Like,
no, who knows, Alicia? Our votes could have impact.
Yeah, maybe we're
I believe that my vote has an impact. Actually, I'm starting to believe that this whole season's rigged, but I do believe that my vote has impact.
Rigged? What do you mean?
I saw the funniest thing. You know how, super random, but you know how the LA Dodgers were there?
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. That was so uncomfortable.
I wasn't even paying attention to the dances because there was so much other stuff going on in this freaking
so
place.
Many people that I like. There's so many TV celebrities.
Who had to pay the LA Dodgers to be there? They did not want to be there, you could tell. I saw a clip afterwards of all the girls from the show like trying to get in and get a photo with them. So like Jenna goes in, and then Carrie Ann goes in,
That's so funny.
And then Julianne comes in, lays across all them for the photo, and Jan is on a live at this point, and Jan makes a comment. I even forget what he said, but I started laughing so hard. He was like, and Julianne is laying across them right now. He goes, I am not surprised one bit. I'm like, that is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I totally forgot that they were there. It was so awkward. They were all just like, they looked like statues just sitting there. At one point, one of them was like holding the trophy, and they were just like,
no, they look like they're being held hostage, and that they did not want to be there one bit.
I'm like, you know what's the best thing to celebrate the World Series championship? Let's go to Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But I saw that they were there because they were on Jimmy Fallon, I'm pretty sure, that day. So I think they had like
Oh.
the same studio, and so I think it was like a double filming thing, right?
I might as well.
But that is such a weird niche. Just like
So funny.
and it was
I
too
also
soon as a
saw-
Canadian, so too
I
soon.
was gonna say that is why I'm wearing my Jays hat today, just so our viewers can know which side we were really on. Or but I also saw in the background of the judges my two favorite Love on the Spectrum characters,
yes.
or I guess people who are on
Characters.
it. Tanner and
People.
Connor were there. I know I did. I know. Fucking love the show though.
I know, I saw them
I
right
literally
away.
had to go back and I rewind. I was like, was that Tanner? And then
Yeah,
I
it was
saw an
Tanner.
interview with them after with Derek, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was awesome just to see a little glimpse of them.
I know, they were there.
Yeah, everyone was there.
And behind the judges table, I don't know if you know who this is, but Anna Sitar, she's like an influencer. Like, have you ever heard of her? She's like dating Brew on the
okay.
radio.
I've heard of her after on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Why? Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. I just saw some people were like, why is Anna there? Like, I don't know. People were kind of like, why is this girl there? I didn't think I'd see her on my screen today. And I'm like, I don't know who this person is. So I didn't know.
She's a
any.
influencer. I love her. I follow her. She does like, she's just like sunshine in a person. And
Is she blonde?
Yeah, she's blonde. She was right behind the judges table, and then at one point I saw Caitlin Bristow, I'm pretty sure, from The Bachelorette. There's just, that audience was a little stacked this week.
A lot of the Mormon wives were there too.
Oh, and Connor.
Wait, is this Anna?
Yeah, that's Anna.
Okay, I do
And
know
then
her.
Connor. Like Connor Whitney's husband, Connor.
Yes, let's be clear.
He, again, fully dressed up in theme. Always supporting. Got a shutout. He was little camera shutout.
Are you even surprised though?
No.
I'm like more excited to see what he's wearing than Whitney and Mark at this point.
I know, me too. And I just feel like we're friends, right? Like we're personal contacts now.
We pretty much are. We pretty much are. He's
Okay.
seen our faces, so that's a big deal.
All right.
Sorry, getting back to it.
Where were we?
We have one last dance.
Yeah, was you
One last dance to talk about.
One last couple dance. And then we have team dances still.
Yeah, a lot to say about that. But we'll start with Robert.
Okay. Robert
I
and Whitney.
wrote so hot. I don't even have words, and loved his flag work at the beginning.
I didn't write much. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm gonna be really honest, and don't come for me. I thought it was really good. I think that beginning part of him, like with the cape, like was so good, but it wasn't super memorable to me. Like I don't want to be. I loved it. I gave it a 9. But it just wasn't, in my opinion, as memorable as the other Paso Dobles. But I still think it was really good. It just wasn't.
See, and that's how
memorable to
I
me.
felt about Whitney's.
Fair.
I found Robert's to be a little more like wow than Whitney's was, but I think Whitney's was more like technically well done.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
I just can't remember it, and we're filming
Nope.
2 days after, so it's a long time to remember. But
Did you
for
not
some reason-
rewatch them this morning?
No, I didn't rewatch. I only rewatched the people that I wanted to rewatch, and apparently I
Dude,
didn't want to.
you should have. I literally didn't have a note about Robert's night of, but I watched it again this morning, and I'm like, I have so much to say about this.
Okay, that's fair. First reaction off just watching the one night, it wasn't as memorable. It was still very good, kind of like I
Okay,
said
fair.
before. To like at the very beginning of the episode, I think there was a few standouts for me, and then everyone else was just really solid. It doesn't mean it was bad. I just think there was a couple that stood out to me, and his was just like a solid dance to me. And I do remember that beginning part with the cape. I thought that was really like strong. I do remember that. So, But he got 2 9s and 2 10s, so I thought that was fair.
Yep. I thought that was fair too. Oh yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah, no, I liked their outfits a lot. They both looked really good in red. And Whitney, I love Whitney.
Oh,
I think,
Whitney's growing on me.
I think she's turning out to be like one of my favorite pros this season. I love her, and I love their partnership. I just am absolutely obsessed. So I hope they stick around, just because like I just get so excited to watch what they're doing.
Yeah, they're so funny too. Like their intro package about when they were, he was like, the only other 2 men doing the Paso Doble are Mark and Val, and like she the whole time was like, would Mark and Val do that? Would Mark and Val do it? Okay, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like he had a good point. Like he was the only male to do the Paso Doble, so like we are comparing 2 different parts of the dance for sure. I think he did a really good job. Like he's great. Like he's super strong. And yeah, he did great. And I love Whitney too. Yep. I love their partnership. I think they're so cute. I'm rooting for them. And I think they're going really far. So I think it's gonna be a battle of a couple people at the end, and it's really hard to say who's gonna take it.
I think we all know who's taking the mirror ball, but you're right. We'll see.
Maybe we'll be shocked.
I'm hoping because I hate predicting things and like knowing exactly how it's gonna play out. To be honest, though, has any elimination worked out the way I thought it would? No. So it's already pretty shocking as we go. So I kind of love that.
So after Robert and Whitney go, the pros who are going on tour do like a little segment, and all I could think was, I really wish I could go to this tour. If they were coming,
you probably could.
They're not coming anywhere close to us.
We can go on a trip.
I think the closest I think it's sold out, but I think the closest that they would be to us is Minneapolis.
I could see them opening more dates. I don't know if they would do that, but I feel like for some reason it's going to be huge this year. And so they might pump out some more dates. Maybe even come to Canada. That'd be rad.
Yeah, but if they did come to Canada, they wouldn't be coming anywhere near us.
Yeah, that's true. But we're close to the border, so it wouldn't be the worst to go for a little road trip over. Because no, I'm obsessed. I feel like these are like the celebrities that I want to see right now.
I know. It's a good group.
Yeah. Okay.
On to our team dances, which I love this. I love team dances. I think it's so much fun.
I wish they could do this every week.
Me too.
I thought it was such a good idea.
I love seeing them like all work together and connect. It just like makes it feel like that wholesome feeling I said of Dancing with the Stars. Everyone's just like supporting each other, rooting each other, working together. Like it just looks like so much fun.
I didn't know originally that there were actual team captains and that they were picking teams. I thought for some reason they were just like picked out of a hat and like just those are your teams.
No, it's picked as like whoever is the bottom of the leaderboard gets to be the team captains. That's how it works, which is hilarious. Because I think Andy, I can't remember what he said. He said something like, I got the lowest scores, so obviously that means I'm team captain. It's like if I was the last person on the plane and I was the one to have to fly or something. It's so I love that he makes fun of himself like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like I never want to take this too seriously. And I know we talk about Andy, like we think in terms of the competition, I would think some other people should stay. But then like when I see things like this, them all just having fun, I'm like, it's a TV show. Like he knows where he's at. It's just all fun, you know. But yeah, the team dance was funny. Our first team that we had, we'll kind of just go in order, I guess, was Team Chicago, which was made up of Danielle, Dylan, Jordan, and Whitney. And honestly, I was like, for some reason I was expecting this team to be not as good. I don't know why, because they actually have all strong dancers, but for some reason I was just not expecting them to be the better team, but I think that was potentially one of the best team dances I've ever seen on the show, ever.
Dude, the vibes of the teams were like if all the smart kids got put on the same group for the project and like just wanted to like they're there to get A pluses. And then like on the other side there's a team of all like the people who just want to like have fun and don't really give a shit. That's the vibe that I got. But like would I have wanted to be on the other team? Absolutely. The fun team. I would have sacrificed some scores for that.
I think like when they first started, like when the dance first started, they were like in their Men in Black outfits, which I thought was so cool. And like when it first started, I was like, maybe this isn't like the best song for like a fun team dance. But like as it continued and as it built, and like they were just so clean and precise and like in character, and like it was just amazing. Like I watched it so many times back over because I was like, this was so well executed. It was simple, but like super entertaining. And I think Danielle said at the beginning, she said like, I'm excited about this group because we have a lot of like creative people in this group. And I think that's exactly what it was. Like it was super creative but super simple at the same time, but just like effort, like so clean, like character. Everyone was like, oh, it was great. I when it finished, I was like, that's gonna be really hard to top.
Yeah, I also really liked how they were all wearing the same thing, because when I was watching them, I could not tell who was a pro and who was like a star.
Yeah.
So I think that was executed perfectly. The fact that everyone just looked like they could be like a part of the troupe. So
it was so
I was
good.
very impressed. I genuinely, did not know how it could be topped. And unfortunately it wasn't, but that's okay.
Yeah, and like it was tough. Like it was just so well done. Like where do you even go from there? And the thing is, it's tough because like they both took different routes, you know, and like sometimes one pays off more than the other. Like if this wasn't done perfectly, like if it wasn't super clean and like if not everyone executed it, it wouldn't have been as good, right? Like if someone would have messed up or if someone wasn't fully in character, you could have been like, it could have gone really bad, but everyone was on and it was great.
Yeah.
The next team Cool, who had Alex, not Jordan, Alex, Robert, Elaine, and Andy. Like they, yeah, like you said, it's like the class clowns almost. They took like a very different, like fun route, which wasn't bad in my opinion, but I just think it was a little messier overall and like a little less intentional in the choreography. Like there was moments that they're all kind of just standing like clapping, and I'm like, not that that's bad, but the other group didn't take a moment to do anything like that. They were just like sharp and in it the whole time. So I liked it. It was fun, but it was tough to follow the first dance.
I saw someone say, and like this isn't something I necessarily agree with, like, but almost like they had to dumb down the dances for them because they had Andy on their team. And they couldn't done as extreme moves or as like because they had Andy, which was not something at all that I was thinking. And then I started seeing that and I'm like, I don't think that's fair that they're saying that at all. I just think they went a different route. And they even said at the beginning, they're like, we want to play like the pretty much the class clowns. We want it to be like we're like the kids running around like at grad. Like, I don't know. So I just think it was different vibes they took, and like that was okay. I think it worked perfectly for each of their groups, and one group had to get a higher score. So
yeah, I don't think that at all. Like I don't think Andy brought it down. I just think the whole dance and the whole choreography of the dance was just not as good. Like even if he would have executed everything perfectly, like even for example like Alix and Val's part, like they're like, because everyone had their specific time to shine, like even their like individual moment was a little bit more playful and not like they did like some fun trick, right? Like they just chose a different route for the dance, and I just think there was some parts that looked a little messy and like not like cohesive. I don't think that has anything to do with Andy. Like, I actually think Andy did really well in this dance. When I'm like watching him, I'm like, I think he actually stood his ground in this dance. This is where I could tell though Elaine was hurting a little bit. I think there was moments where Elaine wasn't, like, I could see the pain in her a bit. She wasn't as like, she seemed a bit stiffer and like a little less like, not that I think she did bad, I just could tell that she was like pushing through some pain during this dance. So
yeah, well, even her and Alan were doing a bit simpler dance moves, you'd say. But I think that was probably best, because why go all out for this group dance when you could be here next week, when you need to, like, obviously do a dance that, like, matters a little bit more. But no, both were entertaining to watch, just in different ways. In case you didn't already know, Team Chicago did win.
Yeah.
Alfonso's team, which once again I was surprised by. I'm like, of course Julianne's team's probably gonna win, but no, Alfonso's moves in it too, like, it was fun to watch him as well with them, so
it was fun. I loved it.
It's a 10 for me.
Yeah, Team Chicago got a 10 for me, and Team Cool got a 9 for me, and both really good. Just yeah, Team Chicago really crushed that one.
It was really funny when they showed Team Cool's clip before they went, and Whitney was like, well, Alfonso's definitely gonna do the Carlton, so we need to beat that. And of course he did it, the team did it, they all friggin' crushed it, so yeah, that was probably my favorite move.
It was good. But yeah, I wish they could do that every week. I think next week they're doing the like side by side. I think it's like like one team versus, or one couple versus another, like I kind of mentioned last week. And then Whitney's immune to that because she had the highest scores overall from the whole competition. See, this is though where it's like Alix and Val, if they would have got their 10, she would have had the highest score of the night. But to be fair, I don't think it's necessarily, I mean, I guess it is an advantage to not dance because you get the points automatically, which means like you're comfortable with like the extra points, so next week it does help in the elimination. But at the same time, sometimes I think it's a disadvantage if you're not dancing in those competitions, because yes, points matter, but also votes matter. And like by you not dancing and like showing the public your personality and your dance, like people might not vote as much, right? So I think it's an advantage and disadvantage to be like immune from having to like compete in those things, because you get points, but you might lose votes.
Yep, that's fair. I'm also like starting to realize how important song choices are too. At first, like, I was kind of like whatever, but if it's a song that I really love, it's gonna make me love the dance even more. Or if it's a song that like makes me want to move, I'm probably gonna like the dance a little more.
I agree.
But when people get stuck with like not so great songs, it kind of can ruin a perfect dance for me. That and how true. Like I'm seeing it and judge.
I agree, because there was moments where I was like, I said a couple times, I honestly can't remember everyone's song right now, but I remember looking at Ben and being like, that was so good, but it just like the song wasn't as good as the last person. So like even in the Paso Dobles, it's like don't get me wrong, Alix's performance was amazing, but like she had Living on a Prayer, like that's such a great like emotional like song to dance to. So it's like it has power in it already. It has emotion in the song itself. So it's like some dances I was like, that was so good, but like the song was just like not that good.
Well, and that's how I felt, I think, about Whitney's, was like I wanted to love it so much, but I personally didn't like the song choice, so it made it harder for me to like go back and appreciate the dance itself a little more.
That's totally fair. Yeah.
So
but yeah, I don't know. That was kind of the whole night. I'm excited for next week. I'm really nervous now though on who's gonna go home, because like I kind of assumed Danielle and Pasha would go home this week, and like, not that I'm not sad, but she's not one of my top faves. But now I'm like, everybody is like, I love everybody. It's gonna be tough. I really hope it's not someone like who shouldn't go home.
No, I'll be honest, at this point the only like two people obviously I could see going next would be Andy, Dylan. If anyone else went home before either of them, I would be disappointed. Yeah, just because of dance levels and just So I don't know. We'll see. Clearly, I'm not very good at predicting who's going home at all.
Yeah, I'm so nervous.
We'll see. It keeps it interesting.
I know.
Keeps it interesting. And we're sorry if you have been here this whole time. And yeah, thanks for hanging around through our technical difficulties, through some of the awkward maybe pauses that may have happened throughout. But we appreciate you and we thank you. And we love hearing from you guys.
Yes, we do. But yeah, I think that's all we got to say till next week.
That's a wrap.
Okay, bye.